Hey guys, HuShang here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 lesson. In today's video, we're going to be checking out a super quick game here I played against Kiwi Taco, who is one of the cheesiest lads on the NA server, at least in this matchup. And I know a lot of people struggle against these cannon rushes into Robo or into gateways. And so we're going to be looking at a game I played and basically defended that, just to give you guys some ideas about how to go about it. I'm not sure if he's the best cannon rusher on NA. There's definitely a lot stronger ones, so there might be some small problems with my defense, I guess. But I think overall this is the way you want to do it. So we have our second Overlord coming in here to the natural, and he's already thrown down his pylon. You got to be careful here though. Some of these maps, they can full wall pretty easy. And if you pull a ton of drones, you're just going to lose a ton of money. So depending on the cannon rush, I think it's actually better if you don't pull any drones. There's some of them where you go like gate and then forge. And those ones are a bit harder because they're going to have a lot of tech. So you can't really let those ones get up. But because this one's so early, it's at like a minute here, he can't really have the gateway first. And so he's going to have really delayed tech. Which means like if we go for some sort of Ravager defense and counterattack, he's not necessarily going to have a super quick Stargate follow-up. Whereas if he goes like gate and then forge, then we're going to have, you know, like a Void Ray over here when our Ravagers counterattack later. So this is early enough that we can actually go for the Ravager defense. You can see he's getting the gate and the cannons here. I literally didn't even react at all. I'm just droning up here, doing my normal build. Except for one small detail, I grabbed a second gas geyser. So just make sure early game that you don't get your second gas geyser stolen. If that happens, then you're going to be in a little bit more trouble. You won't be able to make a lot of Ravagers. You can block that though. If you send a drone to the gas geyser and then you just go shift hold position, they will not be able to steal your gas. So early game, you can do that if you're worried. And yeah, so now he's got his cannon rush going. He's trying to go into stalkers now. Back at home, he's going to grab a cyber. And we're just going basically for the fastest roach warren possible. So you can see that I'm actually still droning. I have 0 links. There's no reason for making any Zerglings. I'm just going to go straight to Ravagers. And I'm going to get like a Queen for a creep spread and injects. But basically, I'm just speed running Ravagers. So Roach Warren as soon as the pull was done. And now we're going to be saving larva in a second. So we want to have 3 larva when the Roach Warren finishes. So actually, let me think. I believe you can make like 1 unit after the Roach Warren starts, and then you'll have 3 larva. It's kind of an intuition thing, I guess, that I figured out, but you need about like that much, I guess, to bank up 3 larva. So you can see I'm already banking the larva right now. We have 2, we should have 3 when the roach one's done, and then we can immediately make 3 roaches and turn those into 3 ravagers. Also, this larva at the natural, you can keep using. So, you know, if you need some overlords, you don't want to really make those from your main hatch. Because then you're not going to have enough for roaches and ravagers. So that's one of the main reasons I kept this hatch, is just so that I can get a little bit more larva. And I guess it also helps you with denying his buildings as well. So we clean that up, or he cleans that up, and now we have the roaches building. And this is very important, okay? Instead of injecting here, because you don't need a lot of larva for roaches, you're actually going to make a creep tumor. And the creep tumor is going to help you a lot because you're going to get creep on the ramp, and you need to run back and forth to do your Ravager bios. And when you finally want to break out, it's really, really helpful to have this here. So creep tumor, and then you can go inject, I guess, after that. Okay, so our 3 roaches have popped, and now we're going to make them immediately into 3 Ravagers. You wouldn't be able to do this if you don't have double gas. So that's why the double gas is super important. And once you get these Ravagers out, you're just going to constantly bile the cannons. I think this is another part that people frequently mess up. So this is maybe the most important part of the defense actually, is the goal is to hit the biles every single time they're ready without fail. Because if you miss, like if you're doing like 1 bile every time you should be doing 2, you're essentially halving your DPS, and that's going to give them time to get out their extra units. So we're basically going to come in here as often as possible and launch our biles. I think I go over on this side. Yeah, so this cannon is actually close enough that we can hit it from the cliff. So I'm going to launch my biles there. And already he basically doesn't have any defense here. Like, our Ravagers are so fast that he doesn't have too many Stalkers. And he wasn't really able to get too many shield batteries up either. So you can see how effective this defense is as long as you speedrun the Ravagers. And now I'm just waiting for the Queens, I think. We're going to use those to kind of buffer for when I fight the Stalker. And instead of biling the Stalker, you want to bile the cannon or shield battery, because if you bile the Stalker, it's just going to move. So I'm going to shoot the Stalker, but I'm going to bile the shield battery here, which he cancels. And then I think I'll bile the cannon next, if I had to guess. Maybe the pylon. Yeah, so we're going for the cannon. He cancels that as well. And the rush is pretty much over before it even started, which is kind of what you want to have happen against these cannon rush into Stalker builds. Because if you let them drag on, that's when you start running into some big problems. They've got like 10 shield batteries and like 20 cannons, and you're just never getting out of your main. So yeah, try to shut them down quick with the really quick Ravagers. Hopefully that helped. If you liked the video, like it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.